This Black Panther news just won't quit. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, we about to get into another wonderful episode of Droppin Jewelz. I know I said there was 2 episodes today, but you know we got some great morsels and tidbits from Marvel's Black Panther. And in the Entertainment Weekly article about Comic-Con, we got some news on the main players that we're gonna see in the Black Panther film. Now they got 9 people. I might add 1 more in there for y'all, you know, for some good measure. But let's go on and get it started. Number 1 is the man himself, T'Challa, better known as Black Panther. You know, the dude that you just can't stop. He is that bad. You know, he's the king of Wakanda. He's going to be holding it down. And he's going to be driving our narrative. Now, if you didn't know much about Black Panther, you might want to slide back to, you know, Captain America Civil War and brush up on him. But the thing is, he's unfortunately the king now because his father has passed away violently. But he is carrying on the tradition of not only the king, but a warrior king and the protector of his nation of Wakanda. Then we got number 2, which is Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o. She's described as a top spy, someone who's always undercover, someone who can dress in a whole bunch of different outfits, but keeps it functional, because you never know when you might have to crack somebody upside the head. But it's kind of cool to see her in this role because we get to see her be a chameleon of sorts. And I'm loving to see how this is going to play out because we've seen the trailer and she ain't playing. So number 3 is Okoye, who is going to be the head of the Dora Milaje. You've seen her, of course, in the scene where she says move or you will be moved, where she was talking to Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett ain't want none of that. And in this film, she is continuing in the same fashion. The Dora Milaje is the all-female security force, the top secret weapon of Wakanda. And yo, look, they ain't playing. And that girl, she ain't playing. So number 4 is W'Kabi. Now this is Black Panther's best friend. He's also the head of the border patrol for Wakanda. But the thing that intrigues me about this character is that this young brother is probably going to be placed very interestingly between Black Panther and of course Eric Killmonger, who we'll get to later. But for now, we got to talk about number 5, who is Shuri. Now, if you don't know Shuri, but you haven't read the comics, I'll catch you up a little bit without spoiling, hopefully, what they may or may not do in the movie. Shuri is Black Panther's sister. That's right. She's, you know, kind of there as a tech genius. She's super smart. She's got great fighting skills. She's even built the gauntlets that she wears on her arms. And she's also like the top designer of their like tech and stuff. So she is a great addition to the fighting force of the royal family of Black Panther, because, you know, if you got him and you got her, y'all pretty much undefeated. So we're going to move on to number 6, who is Zuri, played by Forrest Whitaker. Now, we all know who Forrest Whitaker is, and he's playing the type of character we'd expect him to play. He is a shaman. He's an older kind of like, you know, reference for Black Panther to come to, kind of a link to his father's time, someone who can drop some jewels on him, someone who can tell him to reel it in, someone who can provide some fatherly guidance if needed. So I'm very hyped to see that dynamic play out, especially with Black Panther's father leaving so abruptly and him maybe having to pick up some pieces for Black Panther. So we'll see how that plays out, especially with Black Panther's mother. I'm not sure if there's going to be something there or not, but we'll see. So we'll see next in number 7, who is Ramonda. That's right, the Queen Mother, played by Angela Bassett. She is kind of like the de facto advisor between Black Panther and, you know, the people, or whether it's other delegates or something. She's going to be there to kind of help still provide that motherly love, even though both of her children are now grown. But I mean, you know, as an adult, you still have issues that your parents can really help you with. So in this case, I'm expecting her to be that kind of very regal, very, you know, very warm and inviting, yet strong word when Black Panther needs it, hopefully. So before we move on, don't let me forget to remind you that you can find me on Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the first online network for African Americans. And you can find them at blackhollywoodlive.com. That's right, celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, the whole shebang-a-bang. And when you get done there, you can check them out daily with all kinds of live streams at youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. So we've gotten all the good guys out the way, all of our people that will be on the protagonist side. Let's talk about some people that may have a bone to pick or two with your boy Black Panther. With number 8, that's right, Eric Killmonger. If you read the comics, if you've seen the animated series, you know that Eric Killmonger and Black Panther have a past, and they're not, not on the best of terms. As old acquaintances, they know each other very, very well. And even in this, it says that he's going to be the voice of a different side of Wakanda. Because, whenever you have a king, there may be some people that ain't really down with your plan. So in this case, Eric Killmonger is probably going to be the voice for the voiceless of the people that might not really like how the country's being run. So we're going to move on to another great foe, which is number 9. That's right, M'Baka, played by the brother from Person of Interest. He's really dope, and I think he has a great stature for this role. Now, of course, you have the Panther God for Black Panther. Well, M'Baka, or what he might be called in the comic books as Man-Ape, is under the Gorilla God. And we're going to see a great, interesting turmoil and kind of interpersonal relationship between how those forces match up and how they, either attract or repel each other. Because, being from the Mountain Tribe, they might have a little something for your boy BP, if you know what I'm saying. And a special extra number 10 is the one and only Ulysses Claw. He wasn't in the article that, of course, was put out by Entertainment Weekly, but I figured he'd be very important to add, especially since we saw him pretty much first in the trailer. Now, in the comics, it seems like a lot of that has been kind of rearranged to fit the narrative that we have in this movie. But Ulysses Claw is a very, very important figure in the Black Panther lore. He's very interested in taking everything he can from Wakanda, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, and whether it's just in the spirit that the country holds collectively. He's there to really just rip everything he can out that's valuable from the country. And in this case, in this movie, what it seems like is that he's not really coming so much for the country, but more so for Black Panther himself. So I'm kind of worried about that, and we'll see how that ends out, because he's already lost his arm. And he didn't lose it by messing around with BP. He lost it to Ultron. But we'll see, because this is a third villain. Black Panther has a lot on his plate. So my question to you once again before we bounce is, do you think that we're going to get any type of footage at Comic-Con from your boy Black Panther? Do you think Marvel is going to drop any type of footage? I'd love to get a nice, maybe 2-minute scene, no matter what. I'm down. But let me know. Jump down in the comments, holla at me. I'm going to holla at you. And let me know if you think we're going to get any type of extra scene or tidbit from Comic-Con. So before I bounce, I got to tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out. All my videos are there, from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can tell you like what you are watching. Besides that, and my shout outs go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And check it. If you're a sister rocking some locks, don't be afraid to dye them white. The Storm look is definitely in, or the Ramonda look is in. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Get your finesse on. Peace.